you feel like you can beat him in a battle rap?
I think now I can. I think now. I think now.
Benzino's wildin'. I feel like I'm gonna lose viewers with these intros, but I'm having fun with them, so I really don't care. Maybe one of these times you're gonna get some Michael Jackson moves. Anyway, Benzino's out here completely bugging. He went to Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit to shoot a video for Rap Elvis. I don't think that he planned on doing one. I think the reason that he did one was most likely because the Lyrical Lemonade video came out with Eminem with the disses that were, you know, aimed at him. And it probably re-sparked a lot of people talking shit to him. And he felt like, I've got to do one. I got to get one up on him. And a lot of stuff has kind of transpired since then. So we have a video of him actually at Mom's Spaghetti, some of the things that went down. We have a video of Trick, who's responded to him coming to Detroit unannounced and obviously throwing some disrespect to Eminem. And then we have Benzino, who did an interview with, I believe it's called Mitten Media. He says some stuff in that video that I found kind of funny. So let's just start at the beginning and just roll through this.
This just ain't no one-time thing. Every time I come to the D, Big Ben hold me down. Oh, yeah. All right, Grizzly, put that thing on you, for real.
Frozen spaghetti. My nigga Benzino. Eminem did eat. Hold up, I gotta get that. Crazy, man. That guy's so disrespectful, bro. Oh my God. No way in history he could be doing me like this. Crazy as hell.
Let's go. Let's go. Who's your favorite rapper, man?
My nigga shooting way out here shooting.
Hey, it's over. We did everything we needed to do. We good now. Hey, I'll call y'all. Call me, y'all get to the side.
Oh, man. Bro, so he's going back to Boston. Look at tapping in anyway.
See, I start throwing the spaghetti around.
I think about Detroit, you look at my babies.
Hey, yo, check this out. I just did a legendary interview with my dog, Dogface TV, man. Shout out to Dogface TV, real one. I'm in the D. It ain't nothing but love. We here, baby. Let's go.
I'm very interested in seeing the entire music video, so when that drops, I'm sure we'll be doing a reaction over on my music reaction channel, Dwayne Reacts. But I love how he starts it off with some guy who's most likely his security, and it might be some street dude from Detroit that he paid money. I have no idea, but he tries to make it seem like, yo, I'm here all the time, and this dude will put that thing on you, trying to deter people from wanting to roll up on him. But I would almost guarantee you all of these videos were posted after he left. He was not posting any of these videos while he was actively in any of these areas in Detroit, which it would be pretty stupid. I don't think anybody should do that, but we know that he's playing up this role of like, yo, we out here, we doing this. But this man was probably on a flight safely back home when he decided to post that he was there. Not only that, but at the end of the video, I thought it was pretty funny because my man 5'3" or some shit like that. And for those little legs, he was moving quick through that parking lot.
No.
Anyways, it seems like he has upset quite a few people that are in Detroit, and I'm sure there's some people that don't care. I'm sure he did get shown some love. I mean, the one kid that was actually working at Mom's Spaghetti took a picture with him. And I don't think you could blame the kid and be like, yo, you got a ride for Eminem, you work at Mom's Spaghetti. I think a lot of times people are just excited to see a celebrity, somebody that they never expected to come in. They're probably showing them love. For all we know, Benzino paid that kid to end up taking a picture with him, and he's like, shit, I'll take whatever I can get. So you can't be that mad at him. I don't know that the kid will actually get fired. I don't feel like Eminem would take it that far, but you never know. He might be like, yo, listen. Anyways, Benzino was not done there. He decided to then go to a small podcast channel on YouTube. It's called Mitten Media. I just don't think that this was a great look for them. They let him get on there, and he talked all sorts of shit. Like, he's trying to make it out like Eminem does nothing for Detroit, which he might not do. And that's something that I feel like it's an interesting topic, right? Like, he grew up in Detroit. He's from Detroit. So a lot of times when you get successful, people expect you to come back and invest your money into the place where you live. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with doing that. And we don't know that Eminem hasn't done that on some level that's just not public. But I can't say one way or the other. Regardless, it's not something he has to do, right? Like anybody that's in Detroit that's looking for this handout from Eminem for him to somehow better your life, I feel like you're moving in the wrong direction. Like you should be trying to better your own life. And if by chance somebody comes and spends some money, it's a beautiful thing, but it's not something that you should be expecting. I just feel like that's like a weird way to be looking at it. Regardless, nobody did that for Eminem when he was there. And look at him. He's the biggest, greatest rapper that may have ever lived. At least that's what a lot of people think, right? So that argument falls a little bit flat for me, but it's the fact that these guys gave him the platform to talk this shit about Eminem, to say all these things and act like he's cool if he's in the D, and if I had money and I'd be putting money into you guys, and he's chatting. He's chatting a lot of shit that's most likely not true, but let's roll a couple of these clips.
Eminem, his crew, Rosenberg, have made more money in hip-hop, Dr. Dre, and that, than anybody. If Eminem were to, right now, the way that, in the shape Detroit is, Eminem just take an M, a nasty M, and said, look, I want to put an M into Detroit and build a couple of computer centers, a couple of community centers, a basketball court, something, a school, anything. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how far that would go for him? Now if Zeno come through, I wouldn't really even be able to come through and say nothing. Because now it's really like, that nigga's doing shit for here. Right. Eminem ain't done shit for Detroit. I seen Detroit at its pinnacle when it was the mecca for black people, and I'm seeing Detroit now, and it hurt my heart. Like, and I look at it like, because I used to have millions. I still have my millions. I could do more for Detroit. Money didn't make me.
Now, aside from that, Trick has also responded, so we'll run a clip of what he said really quickly, because I feel like that's good context for what's gonna come next.
Bitch ass niggas is getting real slick with that playing and shit. Everybody not gonna play with your bitch ass nigga. Believe that, dog.
For anyone that doesn't know, Trick is not somebody that you play with in Detroit. He is the man that has literally coined the term the no-fly zone, if I'm not mistaken, and he made labels pay money to be able to allow certain artists come to Detroit, and a lot of people roll with him. Even these people that are on this podcast literally said at one point, you know, when it comes to Trick, like, I respect that man a lot. What he say goes. And I find it funny because I'm pretty sure Trick dropped that video after this podcast came out. And at one point in the podcast, Benzino talks about meeting Trick and how it was all love. And he did a movie with his brother, and he knows him and M ain't shooting at each other, and it's nothing on that level. So he acted like there's not really going to be an issue with it. Clearly, Trick feels a little bit differently about this. And I also feel like it's weird that he said that, because that came after he made comments about jumping Eminem's DJ when they ran into him in Puerto Rico. Pretty sure that if they were willing to do that they would have jumped Eminem if he could have got closer to him. But he said he saw him on stage, and that was the closest that he ever got. So I feel like you kind of alluded to it being that serious, at least at one point, which is another reason why Eminem probably will never like you. And now you're just like, nah, it's all good. Trick ain't gonna be mad. No, like, I'm pretty sure we'll sit down and have a conversation sometime. And I don't know that conversation is gonna go the way that he wants it to go.
I've never met Eminem. I've never met him. I seen him one time in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
We jammed his DJ up and shit, you know what I'm saying? Caught his DJ slipping, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
we caught Green Man slipping. That's an exclusive. I gave it exclusive. I met Trick in Atlanta for the first time we'd seen each other, and it was almost like we knew each other for a minute. I did an ill movie with his brother. He could act his ass off. D. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Trick feels about, per se, me and that. You know what I'm saying? What that is, I'm sure me and Trick will see each other and have a conversation, but I don't think even Trick, in his mind, Trick knows me and Eminem ain't never shot at each other. We ain't never had beef, physical harm with each other. It's never gone to that. If Eminem has the right to say what he wants about my daughter as entertainment, I got a right to go to Mom's Spaghetti and say and do that, and I really believe that in my heart.
Anyways, there's so many parts to this video that I wanted to add in here that I don't even know where I'm at half the time. All I know is that it ended with this man being extremely senile and talking about how he feels like he can beat Eminem in a battle now. He admits that he took the L in the past, but he thinks that right now he could beat him in a back and forth battle because of Rap Elvis, because he's got a lot of love on that song. But he himself said that he had ghostwriters, and it's been proven that he's had ghostwriters. So I don't know how he thinks that he could suddenly beat somebody in a battle when he ain't even write the bars that he rapped. Like, this shit don't make no sense. This man is literally just, He's just trying to get the views and stuff.
How did this shit spark back up?
You tell me.
Do you feel like you can beat him in a battle rap?
I think now I can. I think now. I think now. I look at Rap Elvis. I respect it. Hold it. Let me tell you why.
Your homework gonna be Rabbit, bro.
Let me tell you why. Rap Elvis
313
was 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Rap Elvis was 4:30. If I took Rap Elvis and broke it down to two rounds, if Voltorius was the first round, that was my 3 rounds in the face-to-face battle rap. Now, battle rap niggas, when I'm looking at niggas, that ain't nothing, because I come from no school, that ain't nothing but putting that infliction, you screaming, you spit flying, nose to touching each other. Yeah, you doing all that disrespectful shit. Yeah. I'm not into that because that shit be too disrespectful. But if it was gonna be some shit with Eminem, it would be no violence, no nothing, let's go. God, that would be the first. I would love to do that. Now, whether I win or lose, I'm gonna give it my all, and if I am, I'm gonna take it as a man.
Now,
we're gonna hug it out, and we're gonna keep it pushing.
If y'all can get that done though, would that be the end of all of the bullshit that people
as long as we do it on pay-per-view. Yeah, as long as we do it on pay-per-view.
Earlier on in this same interview, he talks about how, I used to have M's in the bank, and then he was like, well, if I had M's in the bank. So it's like he's trying to portray that he's still got money, that he's this person that's still doing some shit and he's got things going on. But at the same time, he's coming out and it's like, that you don't. So certain conversations that you get into, you start to say how, if I had money in the bank, I'd help out Detroit, right? Which tells me that you're probably looking for money, right? You used to live a certain lifestyle. You used to have millions of dollars. You were part of the source. Like you were looking pretty good, and now you don't have all of that. And so you see an opportunity with Eminem, and you're trying to take advantage of it as much as you can, to the point where you're willing to risk your life going to Detroit and disrespecting people. And like, it's just wild to me. I don't think there's necessarily going to be any violence. Like, I'm pretty sure he'll probably get a warning from Trick, like, don't be doing no shit like that. I don't know that anybody's going to get jumped. I mean, this man is 58. If something like that happened to him, he just may die. Like, you got to be careful with shit like that. So I don't know. I just think that it's all pretty stupid. I get that he's upset because Eminem mentioned him in the Lyrical Lemonade song, but he's also talked about Eminem in every single interview he's ever done. You don't have to answer questions just because they ask about him. Because Eminem is like the most prominent part of your entire career, it doesn't mean you have to answer and keep talking shit. You could just take the high route and be like, I don't really want to talk about that. What else you got? And had he done that, M probably would have never mentioned him again. And he tries to make it out to seem like, well, you don't mess with the nigga's kids, and he's talking about my daughter, and it's like, he didn't say anything bad about your daughter. He just said, I guess the track with Coi Leray is never going to happen. How is that a disrespect? It was literally just saying, hey, that's her father, probably never going to do a song together. Oh, well. At this point, you're just trying to take some random shit and spin it in your narrative to make it look like you have a reason to do what you're doing. And in all reality, you don't. You don't. So I don't know. Curious what you guys think. I just wanted to talk about that quick. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.